Alright, so today I'm starting to work on the filtration system for the pond. And what I'm trying to do is incorporate that pump right there that ultimately is creating aeration. And I have the little switch on here. So if I turn this off, you'll see it gets a lot more aeration. So a lot more bubbles coming out there. So the idea is I can have it in a aeration mode, and then also I can turn that little switch on there and have water going into the filter. Now it's going to be a double stage filter, so the water actually coming out here is going to be clean. It's actually, the water is going to go into that bucket there. It's going to filter through some levels. I'm going to put basically some gravel at the base, and then I'm put a layer of sand, or some charcoal, some sand. So and basically the water is going to filter through that, out the bottom, and out of this. So that there is going to catch all the dirt, and then ultimately, as that fills up, I can dig that out and use that in the garden. So that's going to be where, periodically I dig up, maybe even put a layer of stone or something, so when I reach it I know that I've gotten to the layer of stone. So I want basically enough water going through there so it doesn't overflow. It's kind of like a balancing. And see, that's nice. I like the fact that it's aerating, putting air bubbles and aerating the water. That is good. And then when this comes off here, it's actually, the pipe's going to go off here. It's going to dump water directly in, and that's going to aerate too. So double aeration on that. So trying to figure out a new kind of filter system based on kind of filters I've seen. I've never seen a pump being turned into an aerator, so this is the first time I've ever seen that, and it was basically an accident. I was like, well, that's kind of cool. That is pushing out air through the, into the pond there. Next stage I'm going to work on is get my drill out, and I'm going to start working on this here. And ultimately, it's nice that it has a little lip here, so I can drill. I'm going to just drill holes all in here and all in here and all in here, small holes. That's going to allow the water to seep through. Probably like 3 holes, 3 holes, 3 holes, 3 holes, 3 holes. So let's work on this. And the fact that it's like ridged like that's kind of cool. And it's going to be sitting on these boards, so there will be space here. This is not going to be sitting flat on the ground. That you may think, oh, it's going to trap the water. It's actually going to be sitting at an angle because I want this to kind of sit up more straighter, or sit up straighter. So the other thing is I got to go get the bamboo for this. So, and then once that's done, I got to create the top. The other thing too is I have small little pumps I could use too. Problem there is power, and that's why I thought of maybe solar paneling the top, which is an option. So, yeah. So let's continue working on this project here. I'll show you what I come up with. So start drilling out these holes here. Here's I don't know if you can see the fish there. Our first edition. He's checking out the pond, looking. There he is. Nice size. Maybe he'll jump out. He's looking around, trying to figure out where the river is. Buddy, the river's gone. See your new home. There he is, right there. Got extra air going in here. So I have this air and that air. My biggest concern is the temperature of this water, but I'm hoping that we get lots of rain. The rain is going to help keep it cool by adding this in here. my second concern is how much rain am I going to get, and how much is it going to flow, and whether my safety system is going to work. So that's my second concern. So hopefully I'm going to find out this weekend. Got to get you a buddy. He jumped out. And he goes back in. So my other concern is once it gets up high, he may jump out. So right now, actually having it low like this is actually good, because the fish that jump out basically can't get all the way out. So this is actually a good safety for keeping the fish in the pond. So I've been playing with this pump design here, or hose design. I like this because it creates bubbles, aeration right here. Thing is, what I want to do is put a switch in here so I can basically change the pump to here, and I've done that. So I figured out with what I had this stuff here, I can switch the pump either to aeration, get the bubbles there, right, or to filtration. So one pump now does two things, and I just did it with a bunch of garden hose connections. This, you can buy this really cheap. This is for irrigation stuff, and I can cut it. I don't know if I can't cut it any lower, so it has to be like this. Somehow I gotta hide it, maybe build something around it. This hose here is gonna go into the side here, maybe into the side here. So this piece here has to be longer, and as you can see, that's working. The next thing I'm working on is the filtration. I think I've got enough holes in there. Hold this up to the sun. Got lots of holes in there. All right. And so next step is adding components. So what do I have here? This here is charcoal. If I can, this charcoal here. This is some sand. And here is clay, which has basically been our larva. This larva rock. It's like clay or larva. And this has lots of holes, so this is going to be good. So I'm probably going to lead with this, add this, more of this, add this, and some sand on top. Or maybe put a little bit of sand in between. I'm not sure. So basically it's permaculture, and what I'm trying to do is mimic nature. The way water is filtered on a mountain or whatever, I want to create that same sort of filtration system for the pond on a micro scale. So that water coming out of there should be, hopefully, good enough to drink. Maybe not, but pretty damn close. The top of it, the bucket, is actually going to have sponges and other things, and I need to somehow move the water, and I have a pump to do that, and I'm not sure, you know, I've got some ideas, but we'll see. So what I've decided is to start with about an inch of the clay, and now I'm breaking up and putting the charcoal. The charcoal comes in actual wooden pieces, so using a hammer and a pair of gloves, breaking it up. So then let's add a little bit more lava rock to this. So as you can see, some of the charcoal is still showing. That's fine, all right? Now what I'm going to do is take the sand and actually just put it around the side. Now the reason for that is to slow the water going down, running down the side of the filter. So I'm going to use the sand as a way to stop that. A little sand on the side. because I really want the water going down the middle, and more charcoal now. Okay, so I got more charcoal, and then let's add more of this lava rock over that. So that's it. And now I'm going to have sponges and stuff moving around here, like a full of sponges. And the sponges also will hold and eat the bacteria, eat the nitrogen out of the water. So it's all about moving the nitrogen out of the water and cleaning it out. The next stage is basically cleaning the water, as you can see. And what I'm doing is I'm going to just be running the water through here until it's all clear. Get all these particles out. So I have this on a timer, kind of nice cool thing, 3-minute timer. It's already clean. Look, it's already getting cleaner. Looking a lot cleaner there. So that's what I'm working on now. The amount, look at all the particles off of the red clay. So much of that came out. I mean, the water is really just going right through it. So what I've done is another layer, and I'm going to top it off with some sand, and we're done. So the filter is done. You can see the water's coming out really clean. And I just decided just put the charcoal. It floats, and charcoal again will take out a lot of the impurities and stuff. Charcoal is just awesome. Charcoal clean. So this is just kind of a brie filter. This is how your brie filter works. Pretty much in the same way. And that's pretty cool. So 3 minutes on a hose is about the right speed that I want on it. So I'm going to let this drain out and dry out. It's going to be probably too heavy for me to move. And next thing, it's going to go in there. But let's empty this water out here. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. And I'm going to use it to water the yard. So now testing. I've got it in there. I have it turned to filter mode. And the question is whether it's going to overflow with this amount of water. And I can see the water's coming up on the bottom. And I didn't clean it all the way out, but so it's going to be a little dirty. That should clean itself. And we'll see how that's going to work.